What's up guys, this video I'm going to show you how you can become a great kisser by avoiding the 5 common kissing mistakes that most guys make. So when it comes to either getting laid, getting a girlfriend, or even getting married, it is essential to be a good kisser because that will make the difference between whether the girl will go all the way with you or say something like, oh, I have a boyfriend, or actually, it's that time of the month, right? So a girl will heavily determine how she feels about you and whether she wants to have sex with you by how well you kiss her, which is why it's essential to avoid the common kissing mistakes that a lot of guys are making. So we're gonna go through them one by one so you guys can see that how just by avoiding these, you can be a substantially better kisser. So the first one is very simple, not building sexual tension, right? So a lot of guys will just go for the kiss, just like randomly be like, oh, go for the makeout, right? But there should be a lot of sexual tension before you even go for the kiss. The kiss starts before the actual kiss. And this is things like proximity, getting a little closer to the girl, a little closer to the girl, touching her, putting your hand on her knee, putting your hand on her arm, stuff like that, brushing past her hair, having short eye contact, slowing down your speech and talking a little bit more seductively, right? Taking the conversation in a more sexual direction. These are all things that I will do before I kiss the girl, right? So I'll get closer to her, I'll touch her a lot. This way, when I go for the kiss, I know that she's into it. And you can really maximize your chances of having her actually kiss you back instead of giving you the cheek by building a lot of sexual tension. So that's the first step and the first mistake guys make. The second one is going for the kiss too fast, right? Basically startling the girl.
Dairy product.
So the girl should see the kiss coming. This should not be just something that surprises her out of nowhere. And guys will just do this, right? But that's not how a kiss should go, because they'll startle the girl and her natural instinct will be to go like this, right? And that's not what you want, right? The kiss needs to be very smooth and progressive. Now, of course, it doesn't need to be like ultra slow, like this, right? It should be a decent pace, like, or you just go like that, right? But it should be slow and deliberate and controlled instead of rapid and rushing in and blah, blah, blah. So that's the second mistake, is just going for the kiss too fast, slow it down, you know, be nice and smooth. Now there's also the 90-10 rule where you go 90% of the way and then she comes in the other 10. Personally, I don't really believe in that. I have a better rule, and it's called feeling out the vibe. So what I'll do is after I build sexual tension, I'll do half. I'll go in halfway for the kiss, but then I won't kiss her. I'll just look at her and keep the conversation talking, right? So then I can gauge by her reaction whether she was willing to kiss me or not. Now, if she lights up and goes into a little bit, I know she's ready to be kissed. However, I still won't kiss her. I'll keep teasing her, building sexual tension, right? And that'll make her really horny. So I call it the 50 or nothing rule, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? So just kind of go in a little bit, right? But just keep talking to her. Pretend like nothing has changed. Just keep the conversation going, right? And if she pulls back, well, then you know she's not ready to be kissed. However, you weren't actually rejected. You can build up more tension, talk to her a little bit longer. However, if she complies and she moves in, or she keeps her face where she is and smiles, then you know she's ready to be kissed, and you can further build sexual tension. Mistake number 3, using too much tongue. So yes, this could actually be a mistake, where you're just going, like you're all over the girl and just fucking slobbering over her. Yes, a good kiss includes tongue, but there's more to it than that. What I will do is I'll alternate between using tongue and then just kissing her, right? It doesn't need to always be tongue. You can actually kiss her, biting her lip a little bit, moving the tongue around, right? So it shouldn't just be all tongue. There should be kissing, like kissing involved, and also a little bit of biting is good. Now look, some girls are not going to be into biting. That's why you always have to start off very slow, very gentle. But I think the vast majority of girls can get behind at least a little bit of biting. So that's another thing. Okay, mistake number 4 guys make is not using their hands. So your mouth is only part of the kiss. There's actually more to it than that though. You have your hands. So while you're making out with a girl, you should also be touching her, right? You should be brushing past her hair, holding her closer, bringing her into your body, right? So basically your private parts rub up against each other, right? Running past her, you know, running your hand down her back, right? Grabbing her ass, but don't go straight for the ass. Do all these other things that I mentioned first, you know, kind of move your hand down her back and just kind of like basically like just take your fingernails and brush it against her back, right? Touch her shoulder, bring her in closer, you know, grab her hair. Maybe you can even very likely pull her hair, right? That will turn a lot of girls on. Now, if I see the girl's like pretty kinky, maybe I'll take my hand and just lightly put it around her throat, right? And I'll see how she reacts to that. If she kind of like looks like she's not into it, then I'll stop. But most girls, their eyes light up, and then you maybe just choke her. Very lightly, very gentle, right? But you do that to basically, again, make her horny, right? And the 5th mistake that guys make is that they get stuck on the kiss for too long. So a kiss actually sort of breaks sexual tension, right? So what you don't want to do is you don't want to make out with a girl for 20, 30 minutes. This is a common mistake guys make, because after 20 minutes, there will be no sexual tension left, and the girl will be like, well, cool, it was nice to meet you, it's getting kind of late, right? So the kiss shouldn't last more than 3-4 minutes, right? So what I'll do is I'll start making out with the girl, but after a few minutes, I start kissing down her neck, right? So you start making out with her and you start kissing down her neck. I'll kiss her collarbone, I'll kiss her ear, I'll bring her closer, I'll start playing with her tits, I'll suck on her tits, I'll put her hand on my dick, right? So the kiss is just a means to an end. So you don't want to get stuck on the kiss for too long, because again, then you're going to kill all the sexual tension. So let's quickly recap. What makes you a good kisser? Well, I think the first thing, again, is having a lot of sexual tension before you even go for the kiss. Then the second thing is, moving slow and deliberately. Don't rush it, but also don't be like retardedly slow. Number 3 is not just focusing on the tongue, but also using kissing and a little bit of biting. Number 4 is using your hand, bringing the girl closer to turning her on further. And number 5, not getting stuck on the kiss, but using the kiss as a means to an end. All right, hope you guys found this video valuable and shows that you're a great kisser by smashing the like button, hitting subscribe, clicking the bell for notification. Let us know in the comments if there are other common kissing mistakes that you used to make when you were younger. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time.